What it do, family? It's your girl Tamika, and I am back with another video. Shout out to the family. It's in T Squad. You're upset. What it do? I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. I love y'all the long way. Please believe me. Listen, we are about to jump right into this video. I'm pretty sure by now everybody has seen the Verzuz battle, and if you didn't see the Verzuz battle, I'm pretty sure you've seen the recaps. Now, if you have not seen neither, don't fret. You can scroll right down below, and I got the recap down there for you. Anyway, long story short, Mario, he took the big W. He was just a better performer that night. He was a better vocalist that night. He was just better all around, if you truly ask me. Omarion, I think he got a little lax. I don't think that he prepared for the event like he should, and I think it reflected that. He always sounded a little nasally to me, so I don't really think that Omarion really have a lot of room for error, in my personal opinion. But anyway, he took a lot of L's that night to me. He brought a watermelon out. It was very cringy. I didn't understand what the purpose was. It made me not even want to eat my favorite fruit. It was just terrible. Now, during this Verzuz battle, you know, like every other battle, they'll go back and forth and take little shots at each other, but he usually supposed to be all in fun, you know what I mean? So Mario, he brought up B2K and was like, man, you would run out of gas quick if it wasn't for the days when you were performing with them. Now, Omarion, I don't know if he was drinking that night or why he said what he said, but he pretty much called B2K his backup dancers. Now, that's when everything began to go left. I think B2K got wind of what he said, you know what I mean? And they pretty much took to their social media platforms and they all dropped the "You Got Served" and added Omarion. Now, this is where it kind of gets real iffy for me, because a lot of people on the internet was calling the former members bitter and was thinking they was jealous of Omarion, but I really didn't understand that part because I thought Omarion took shots first by calling them his backup dancers. Now, it got bad. It started going real left on the internet real quick, to the point where J-Boog had took to his social media platform and he was like, look, I'm tired of it. I'm about to get ready to unleash the clip. And did he do just that? Yes, he did. He actually went and dropped a dissertation, you know what I'm saying, on his Instagram, and we about to jump right into that. J-Boog said, it's sad when you see ones you grew up with, but also you grew up turn out the way they do. Okay, he kind of like lost me just a tad on the opener. The wise leads to future wizards. I'll be that, the wise one. You shouldn't have been in a rush to skip class. Now you're a 5th year senior playing ball with a GPA of 2.3, barely passing. If this don't work, laughing out loud. Remember the kids you clown for not having a fashion, but at the award ceremony in school, they were the ones winning principal's honor roll? Yeah, you were cool then, but they were focused. That's probably going to be your boss in the future. It probably sucks to be a slave to something you gave your life to but never mastered. Now you stuck in this shit with no other options. To be on top, and now your view is from the bottom looking up. You know what I mean? Admiring your spot you once held. Not able to conquer it ever again. Time spent in a selfish mindset. Not valuing the gems right next to you. Learning from nothing. Earning no knowledge from the geniuses amongst you. Nigga, I feel like I'm reading a novel. At night, I know you wonder to yourself, what am I doing wrong? To not accept the blessing that was put into your life, a life that me and you know you were living. You're ungrateful. Fame is a hell of a drug. I know when we were together as a group, you wanted to be the most famous, aka the most favorite, aka the Beyonce, but that wasn't the case. Fizz and Boog were the favorites, and you couldn't understand that because you sung all the leads by old school group design. But the guy who only talked on the track in the interviews, me, and the other guy who rapped on our singles, Fizz, were getting more love than you. That's not my fault, but I never was mad that I could sing on your level, but I never got the chance. He could blow, and I always wonder why he ain't never had more than one lead. I was just a young boy from Compton, happy to be a part of the group and out of my situation. I was always more of a talent than how I was used, but yet I'm still grateful. I was part of a machine. You give off the impression as if you done me a favor. Should I take you back to when, because of your vocals, we visited every record label in the business and was turned down twice? Nigga, you was singing in the background for a minute when Max Goose brought in another lead singer to try and make the record sound better. To try to help him, try to help us get a deal. Damn. And when that happened, who stood for you? We did. And we went to management and said we rolling with O and not bringing nobody else in. And we stood by your side. when we were told if we didn't get a deal on our next meeting, we were getting dropped. Now let's think about those odds per the history of our other meetings. This thing we call B2K was never the Omarion show. It was more of like a circus, and each guy brought a special attraction, and collectively it was fun to watch. I gotta agree with him for that. I feel like everybody had their own little they can add to the group. Like, honestly, watching you only lets me know that you were not really paying attention to what was making you Omarion. Damn, because without us around, it's clear that you can't tap back into him. He trying to son this nigga. I'm sorry, y'all. You look lost, almost like you're looking for us to feed off of. You know what I mean? You were never a solo artist. You are a fame hog, and that got the best of you. The fact that everyone wasn't screaming Omarion drove you crazy, because you was giving it all you had, laughing my ass off. Standing next to us really was hard for you, so you took your opportunity to leave and only be seen by yourself. So if anybody showed up, even if it was 5 people, they were there to see you. Damn, that's fucked up for a person to feel like that about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. To be a part of a brand that is bigger than you is hard for you to accept. But one who tears down his own work is a poison individual. To call me a background dancer is funny. But then he said, shall we discuss the truth behind how those records were really made? I was there, and you were not in the booth for a lot of those vocals that were put on these songs. Damn. From your lead vocal not fully being you, listen to that first album. You'll hear Steve Russell in and out of those leads. And the hooks the first album until I took over the second album. Me landing the lead on our second single, Fuck With You, because our first #1 single, Bump Bump Bump, I sang the hook on it, and it brought attention to the label that the group was able to evolve. And Troy Taylor made the call and put me on the first verse of Girlfriend. After I had already sung the hook earlier that day, it was written all over your face, because me and Fizz talked about it that day at the session. Damn, bro, you was jealous of your boys, man. Everybody should get shine. I was already more loved in the group by the fans, and now I had a lead. He said you knew it was a rap for you. It didn't help that Fizz was the most popular, and the label had already gave him a solo deal before you ever had a conversation with them about one. Tell the truth when you try and lie to the people, because the lack of their knowledge on this situation. Shall we talk about why you broke the group up originally? You were looking for a way out before anything ever happened. And because of a chick you liked that didn't like you got smashed, you went and did the ultimate snake shit. Man, see, I don't like when things like this happen. I love B2K as a group. Now, this is getting out of hand. You took a bonding conversation amongst us boys that normally brought us closer and took that information and ratted us out. Man, you can't be doing that. Oh, what's going on with you, bro? We always thought those conversations was confidential, just between us. But you knew what you were doing. We had rules, you know what I'm saying? He said, no messing around on the road with a bunch of girls. We confided in you and the mistakes we made, and you went home and told on us, getting us kicked out the house and breaking up the group over a chick. You knew the business was already shaky because of us wanting to renegotiate our deal. So you took that opportunity to throw us off the ship and take the boat. Damn. Got your mama a house, your brother a deal, and then you turned your back on your boys. Same thing you did with the tour. You was broke as fuck in 2018. Damn, this nigga's trying to unleash a whole clip. But I understand him sometimes. Because, I mean, for the most part, Boog don't ever really say nothing. So for him to be saying everything that he's saying right now, shawty, he got to be actually a little pissed. Same thing you did with the tour. You was broke as fuck in 2018 in a major debt from taking loans from niggas. I got the recording of you begging me, literally begging me to sign my contract for the tour because I wasn't going. You kept it, nigga, from 2018? I need to hear him. Shit, you're spilling everything else. The money was not worth it. You know what I mean? Come on, Boog, just do it. Let's do it for our kids. Let's just get this money. Yeah, nigga, that was you laughing out loud. And soon as the fire was back lit, you threw us off the ship and took off with the boat again. Funny thing is, every time you took off with the boat, you got jacked for it. Chris Brown took your career, and Bow Wow just took your tour, shaking my fucking head. That's what happens when you try to use people as a launch pad. Like, damn, but you know, it's so crazy because as he's saying this, I mean, he was starting to get overshadowed by like Chris and Bow Wow, because I remember that specifically. I used to be a big fan of them. It's levels to this shit, and I'm here to break it down for you. So all the shit that happened to you probably makes sense to the world now on why it happened. You throw stones and you hide your head. Hide your hands. Nigga, I saw your whack ass show on a Millennium Tour, kicking down our chairs. You didn't do that night right. Or you didn't do that night in LA when we was on stage with you, laughing out loud. Your little slick comment on TMZ, your sneak post on the Shade Room, I am B2K, and the Verzuz claiming them as all your vocals on the B2K records. You lame for all this shit, fam. Don't run from your legacy. What we did in such a short time is still a major topic. B2K will forever be your origin, and from the looks of it, your peak of your career. Omarion is a brand, I give you that, but it's not bigger than B2K, which is also your brand as well. So stop the de-edification and at least let it have life left for you when you come back crawling back to it. You and I know what the people want. From the world to the feedback and all the meetings that you're getting turned down in right now, the industry is watching you along with the world, and we all thinking the same thing. What the fuck is he thinking? If I was a backup dancer, you were a dancer with a record deal. Neither one of us was singing, fool, laughing out loud. Welcome to the jungle, nigga. Hope you survive the night. That nigga J-Boog said, I'm finna get this off my whole chest. Y'all gonna read this script to survive an Omarion today. Yeah, it is. No, but just reading some of the passages, I can kind of see some of the things that he said holding some water, but I also kind of feel like the demise of B2K, you know what I'm saying, probably was something that was shared collectively amongst all four members, because I can remember some incidences that all of them had issues with, like no cap. But Omarion, he didn't say nothing that night. I guess he let the group get everything they needed to get off their chest, and then the next morning he said this. Let's take a look. O said, peace family. I had a photo shoot this morning for my Hello Beautiful magazine cover, so forgive me for being late to the party, laughing emoji. I want to take a moment to thank everyone for tuning into Verzuz last night. Thank you Real Swiss and Timberland for being trendsetters and providing this incredible platform for artists. I had a great time. Streams going up, by the way, laughing out loud. Shout out to Mario Worldwide, R&B for the win. Looking forward to our next performance on July 29th at the MGM Grand Harbor in Washington, D.C., where you will open up for me per usual. If I was that nigga Mario, I wouldn't show up. He don't seem that good to be goddamn trying to chump me. Don't show up, Mario. Like, seriously, stay home. And yes, there will be a sound check that date, and this time we won't use your front of the house sound man. So now he's making excuses for sounding poorly that night. I love all the jokes and opinions. Y'all are hilarious. I'm enjoying the creativity. If you're lucky enough to be in this business for 22 years, you understand that at some point you will experience malfunctions. It comes with being an artist and making yourself vulnerable to the world. But to my 3 backup dancers, I'm not surprised, because this is how you always been, even while in the group, praying for my downfall. Well, keep praying, because I'm overbooked and busy. Meanwhile, y'all really got to get a job other than hating on O. I heard UPS is hiring. Wow. Now that we got insight from both parties, there's some serious questions that I want to ask y'all, so make sure y'all meet me in the comments. How come when a group dissolves and one member might have more of a likeness than the former members, the other members become bitter all of a sudden? The reason I'm asking that is because what if Kelly Rowland, you know what I'm saying, decided to want to talk about some terrible experiences she might have had when Destiny Child was evolving? Does that make her bitter? Does that make her want to be Beyonce because she shared what she went through? When you have all of these different personalities, man, you're going to have 4 different perceptions. No matter how you want to slice it, everybody going to have a different point of view. But I feel like every member should be able to tell their story. And I don't feel like it will make them bitter just because their side might not align with anybody else's. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know in the comments. I also want to know, do you think that Omarion started this whole situation when he called them his backup dancers? I want to know. Let's talk about it. Meet me in the comments. Before you head off this video, please like me up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please take the time to do so right now. I love y'all, family. Till next video. Peace.